They hate when you...
ATP, what it do with your boy Clay Moore Rain? Yeah, we back at it, back at you with another one. Shout out to all my subscribers, man. I can't express how much I appreciate the support I've been getting on building this channel, man. Thank you to all you guys, man. Look, man, if this is your first time tapping into content, listen, I'm inviting you. Hit that subscribe button, man. Hit your bell icons as well so you are getting alerts when all this content is dropping. So you guys know I haven't been consistently dropping content like I wanted to do, like I've been wanting to do. We're trying to improve on that, but you know, your boy got a job outside of doing this here. Now I'd love to do this full time, so you guys know what to do to get me closer to that point. Contribute to the channel, man. Hit your like buttons, subscribe if you're not subscribed yet. Hit me with the super chat, hit me with the super thanks. You know, all the things that we need to get your boy out of what he's doing and get him full-time into this space right here, right? But let's talk about it. Oscar Delahoya back at it again on his Clapback Thursdays. Guys, we don't got a front. We ain't got to lie. Oscar Delahoya's clapbacks have been amazing. His Thursday clapbacks have been so revealing. He's done so much going into this year of boxing. He's made his presence felt in multiple ways. His clapbacks, his beef with Eddie Hearn, right? Shout out to Oscar Delahoya and what he did on Halloween, being the actual Joker. I mean, amazing, right? Just a whole new face to Golden Boy Promotions, a company that's been here for a long time, but Oscar taking the helms, taking the wheel and saying, listen, I'm going to steer this company back into the glory days of where it should be. And we're listening, Oscar. We're out here listening to you. You're out here on these on Twitter or on Instagram, wherever these things are happening at, right? Wherever these moments are being put together at, and you're communicating and the fans are listening. Well, last week, look, Oscar Delahoya spoke. He said, listen, the reason these big fights ain't happening, he says, I can't lie. I am a promoter. I'm in this business. I've been a boxer at one point, and now I'm a promoter in this business. And I got to share with the fans in the space because you guys might be confused. The reason these big fights that we're looking forward to come together and be put together aren't happening is because of the fighters. The fighters are asking for the largest paydays. The fighters are ducking the biggest challenges that they could be doing. And in all honesty, it's time for these guys to cut the ish, right? Cut the ish. You guys need to get motivated, put yourself in position to challenge yourself. And the only way to be great is to challenge yourself on a great level. Well, look, man, two of his fighters, William Zepeda being one of them, injured himself recently against Schofield, against Shakur Stevenson, had a fight planned for February 22nd. He came over with a victory, a very close split decision victory over Tevin Farmer. Some people felt like Tevin won the fight, but regardless, was able to secure an interim WBC title and secure himself an opportunity to get a shot at the big dog, Shakur Stevenson. Well, look, injuries seem to have plagued this fighter's opportunity and taking him out of the conversation as William Zepeda is getting surgery and rehab and all types of physical therapy done to an injured hand that he had in that fight with with Tevin Farmer, but opened up an opportunity for another one of his fighters, Floyd Schofield Jr. Now, you guys, unless you're under a rock, you've been hearing from Floyd Schofield Jr. More importantly, you've been hearing from his father, Floyd Schofield Sr. But at the end of the day, what has the campaign been by these guys? Well, the campaign has been that Senior believes that his son is cut from a different cloth, a fighter who has earned his way into an opportunity to challenge for a title, as he is ranked number 2 right now in the WBA sanctioning body, that is in the sanctioning body that Tank Davis holds a title in, and he is in the argument or in the conversation of fighting for a title in the near future. Well, these guys had a FaceTime conversation between them on Najee on Cigar Talk. Shout out to Najee and Cigar Talk. And through that conversation, Shakur Stevenson popped up and said, listen, if William Zepeda doesn't go through, you might be the next one to get the opportunity. Well, you know, obviously Schofield Jr. being excited to show the world what we might not know, what we might be sleeping on, that he is top level competition, and that he's actually an uncrowned king, a champion in the division that just needs the opportunity to show the world that that's what it is. Well, look, Williams Zepeda has pulled out, and Shakur Stevenson has instructed Eddie Hearn to send out an offer to Oscar De La Hoya to coordinate this fight with a motivated Floyd Schofield Jr. to go ahead and meet up with a Shakur Stevenson, if not on February 22nd, on one of the biggest cards of the year that Turki Al-Sheikh is putting out on their own event in Newark, New Jersey. Now, I'm not sure where the event would end up being, but Floyd Schofield Jr. and Sr. Communicated to the space and confirmed that an offer was sent over, that they accepted all the terms, that this offer was going to be giving them one of their biggest paydays to date. More than excited and more than motivated to take advantage of this, but also acknowledging that Oscar De La Hoya would be the one that have to sign off on this fight, right? Now, I won't go into the fact that Floyd Schofield Sr. has communicated that this was a partnership situation between him, his son, and Oscar De La Hoya, and basically just kind of like empowering the idea that these guys basically are pulling triggers and coordinating their own fights at their bosses, and that Oscar De La Hoya was simply there to co-sign whatever the moves they wanted to put together. But listen, I digress to say that Floyd Schofield Sr. communicated in that same interview with Najee from Cigar Talk that they would be waiting on Oscar De La Hoya to pull the trigger on this, and it would be pending their approval of this fight from happening. Well, Shakur Stevenson has communicated and said at this point, they still haven't received confirmation from the Oscar De La Hoya Golden Boy promotional team to confirm the offer that they sent over to fight Floyd Schofield. And that, as a matter of fact, Floyd Schofield Jr. and Sr. have signed off on a contract. Shakur Stevenson, obviously being part of the A side who sent the contract out, has signed on his half. And the only thing holding up this fight is Oscar De La Hoya. And it looks like, according to Oscar De La Hoya, just recently this morning, and happy Thanksgiving to everybody as well, even though I don't celebrate it, but happy holidays to you guys. Oscar De La Hoya communicated in the Clapback Thursday of what he thought about this fight. He discredited the fight and threw shots at Eddie Hearn, and it looks like Shakur Stevenson to a degree to say, out of all the fights that you guys could pick, that you guys could aim at, that you guys could put inside of your crosshairs to happen, you picked my 22 or 23-year-old prospect in Floyd Schofield Jr. News to me, ladies and gentlemen, news to me. Oscar De La Hoya, I told you guys, was going to communicate, and we were going to find out exactly what he thought of the talent he had in Floyd Schofield Jr. And I got to be honest with you guys, it just doesn't look right? It doesn't look like Oscar De La Hoya is very confident in what Floyd Schofield Jr. can do as he goes ahead and pictures him and paints him in a frame of somebody who's being taken advantage of, a young child of sorts, a prospect was his exact words, in Floyd Schofield Jr., and basically painting this fight as a fight that's unfair, and Eddie Hearn and Shakur Stevenson are taking advantage of an overconfident, overmotivated Floyd Schofield Jr. You can't make this up, ladies and gentlemen. It is what it is. Oscar De La Hoya just coming off of a recent rant saying that the reason that the biggest fights aren't being made is because the fighters are asking for too much money. It's because the fighters aren't motivated. Well, here in the following week on a Clapback Thursday, he's communicating to the space how Floyd Schofield Jr. is simply a prospect, and that Shakur Stevenson and Eddie Hearn are simply taking advantage of his prospect fighter, 22, 23-year-old prospect fighter in Floyd Schofield Jr. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I won't lie to you. I'm not caught off guard. We know what the politics of boxing have given us up to this day. And although promoters will come out and talk very confidently on their channels about what it takes to make fights, and that they're always motivated and available to make the biggest fights, and that the fighters are the ones who are pricing themselves out of these opportunities, we know the truth, don't we? We understand that at the end of the day, that these promoters will always try to position themselves in a way to make the most money they can. We also understand that Oscar De La Hoya doesn't have anything to benefit in watching Floyd Schofield Jr. fall short of winning in a competition against Shakur Stevenson. We're also not delusional to understand that not only has Oscar De La Hoya, but coaches like Coach Panda and other people who have vested interest in Golden Boy fighters have expressed many a times on what they think of Shakur Stevenson and the obstacle that he actually is to any of their fighters hitting star quality or star power quality in the space. Well, it's all on Oscar De La Hoya at this point, right? He's communicated to the space that he doesn't believe in Floyd Schofield and seems to already be painting a picture or making the bed for Floyd Schofield to lay down in. To say that, listen, this kid shouldn't even be in this fight, that he's not on the level of a Shakur Stevenson, and that Eddie Hearn and Shakur Stevenson are very conscious of it. And more importantly, Floyd Schofield Jr.'s promoter and Oscar De La Hoya is also very, very conscious of this. You guys let me know what you think inside the comments. What do you think about it? Is this fight going to get put together? Is Floyd Schofield Jr. a prospect who doesn't deserve to be in the ring with Shakur Stevenson? Does he not have a chance? Is Oscar De La Hoya simply protecting Floyd Schofield Jr.'s interests by potentially blocking this fight from coming together and not allowing Floyd Schofield Jr. to have a loss that Oscar De La Hoya feels like he can prevent? And how should the Schofields feel about this situation? Understanding that even though opportunity is going to be out there, that the money's going to be out there, that there's a chance that the person who's supposed to be promoting them does not have faith in what his fighter can do. And in the same time will probably be the blocked reason as to why Floyd Schofield Jr. will never get an opportunity to test his own merit against the best in the division, like Gervonta Tank Davis, like Shakur Stevenson, like Vasily Lomachenko. If your promoter just doesn't believe in you, well, kind of gives you a little bit of a glass ceiling, right? Let me know what you think in the chat. It's your boy Claymore Rain. Once again, shout out to all my subscribers who are holding this channel down. If this is your first time tapping into the content, you heard what I said in the beginning of the video. I'll repeat it again. I'm going to invite you to hit that subscribe button. Hit your bell icons as well so you are getting alerts when all this content is dropping. It's your boy Claymore Rain, and it's that ATP Combat Media Show, man. Thank you, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments of Oscar De La Hoya's Clapback Thursday in reference to Floyd Schofield Jr. versus Shakur Stevenson, and we'll talk soon. But at this point, we out.